Alright, so what if I had a cabinet that I want to open up like a normal cabinet? I'm going to show you how to use hinge joints. It's a little bit different than the configurable joint that we used for the this drawer. Now, for any sort of hinge joint, you can use this on any object that kind of opens up on one axis. Like any, hinge. I know some of you guys have record players, so this hinge joint can definitely work for your record player. So I just want to make sure that I have my group, and then I have under the group the cabinet body, and then I have like a door group with the cabinet door and the handle. And the handle is pretty important because our controller attaches to the handle, not the door itself. So the handle is pretty important. Okay, so on the door itself, I'm going to create a box collider. And then I'm going to create a rigid body. I'm also going to create the hinge joint. The hinge joint goes right on the door itself. So boom. Now for the hinge joint, we can see if I hit edit angular limits, you can see this pops up. And this little arrow will tell us like in which direction it'll open up on. Imagine this is like the arrow is the hinge of a door. So right now the hinge would be horizontal. We don't want that. We want the hinge to be going vertical like a real door, like on the side of a real door. So for here I'm just going to take the axis to 0 and then change the Y to 1. So now the hinge, or the arrow, is facing like a real hinge. I'm also just gonna bring it down to the middle of the middle and side of the door, just because it feels better that way. I'm also going to use limits on this, because I don't want this to fully swing open and like hit the back and whatever. So I'm gonna change the minimum to maybe like 90, and that tells me that it only opens up this far, right? From there, now I'm going to go to the handle, and I'm also going to create a box collider on that, and then I'm going to create a what is it? A fixed joint. That's what I want. And then from there, I also want to make it the XR grab interactable, because anything that we grab will need to have this component. And then I change the layer mask to grab, because that's what my controllers recognize. And then for the fixed joint, we just bring in the door. It tells us that that's our connected body, right? The XR grab interactable, you also want to make sure that movement type is velocity tracking. And just want to, yeah, that should be it. Maybe I want a little dampener or spring. You just see what 2 gives me, and from there should be fine. Just want to make sure. Yeah, actually let's change movement type to instantaneous. Yeah, and then from here let's try it out. Alright, putting on my headset. Play. over to my door, grabbing it, and it doesn't do what I want it to do. But, kind of close. Oh. Nope. Because of the because yeah, I had this wrong. This is supposed to be velocity tracking. There we go. Let's go back into the VR. Here we go. Hitting play. Guaranteed to work now. There we go. You can see that it stops right there. I'm like pulling off my hand a little bit, so make sure to hide that. But there we go. Alright, so this could work for any sort of lid that you have. If I had something that can move up there, you would have the same sort of hinge. It would just be horizontal instead of like a door hinge. And yeah, I can also grab it, I think, with this hand. There we go. Cool.